Trading the most hated Halloween pets inside of AdoptMe. I have 6 pets we're gonna go and trade. Starting off with the most hated Halloween pet, the mummy cat. A pet that has so little value it is worth 0.05 on value websites. That this adorable pet is basically worth a cat or a dog. So I think the offers that we're gonna go and get for this are gonna be pretty terrible, but that's honestly what this pet's genuinely worth. First offer is a bicycle, a tandem bicycle, and a tree frog. In terms of value, that's probably a fair deal, which is surprising considering this pet is very many years old. But it's hated by so many people and not that valuable due to how many people got this pet. It was from a pet box. It's the most common thing you could have got out of the pet box, and we all know that if there's something in a pet box that is very easy to get, then people will devalue this very, very quickly to make it worth absolutely nothing. So honestly, going and getting that tree frog is probably a good deal. Which leads us on to the next most hated Halloween pet inside of AdoptMe, and the least valuable version. This right here is a zombie chick. You know, when people think of good Halloween pets, they probably think of the shadow dragon, the bat dragon, the evil unicorn, that sort of vibe. They don't think of this chick. It's just not that valuable. It comes from the chick box. And let's go and check out some trades for the lovely zombie chick. Wait, this is actually a good deal. Wait, the Munchkin cat? I love that pet. No way. Wait, what? For anyone curious, the zombie chick is actually worth 2 dogs in terms of value, which is pretty surprising considering, again, it's an old pet, it's non-obtainable, it's an event, it's Halloween, and it's worth 2 dogs. This person's on my friends list. We're gonna say, are you sure? You're probably over. I don't know the exact value of this, but I know the Munchkin cat's cute, it's leaving the game, and it's pretty valuable. They said, yes, that's fine. Shout out to Jessica. Let's go. We love Jessica. Everyone type W's in the chat. Okay, there we go. We successfully traded one of the most hated pets, and we managed to get a Munchkin cat. I actually don't know how I did that. I think we got an overpay because they're on my friends list. I will be honest with you. That's realistically what happened. Because on some unnamed value website, it's 0.05 in terms of value, which honestly is terrible. But the next one isn't that much better. 0.07, the cutacabra. Honestly, I don't really know what this pet is meant to look like. I just don't like the design, and I don't think many people do. That's why the regular version, the neon, and even the mega actually don't have that much value. You could probably easily trade for the mega neon of this pet. In fact, I have multiple mega neons of it. It's just not that much value to this thing. Oh, we're gonna say that we're trading the cutacabra pet at the gifts, and see how long it takes until someone sends an offer. Well, that was pretty quick, to be fair. Let's see what they offer. Now, this is an uncommon. It's worth 0.07 in value, which is the equivalent of 3 to 4 dogs in value. Now, most people don't necessarily check value websites to go and cross-compare to find out if it's a good deal or not. But going and getting offered a gorilla and an Indian leopard, most people will look at this pet and think, hey, that pet's from like 3 years ago and it came out on Halloween. Although on a value website, apparently it's worth 0.07, I think we're getting a good deal. I actually don't know what the values are on these 2 pets. An Indian leopard and a gorilla. I don't know. I'm assuming that's a good trade. I'm gonna go and check that out right now. I don't know the values of that. Yeah, so we just upgraded from 0.07 to 0.12 in terms of value websites. But remember, I think most people, when you're trading a low tier pet, it's just going to be whatever they have. I don't think people really care that much about value when we're talking 0.0 decimal places of values of pets. I think most people just use value websites for the higher tier pets such as legendaries. But the next pet honestly doesn't even get much trades. Again, one of the most hated pets in terms of value, but probably one of the cutest, is a Dracula parrot. Now, I personally think it's an adorable design. So why is it possibly hated? Well, what if I told you the value of this was 0.18? That is the equivalent of a legendary being 9 dogs. In fact, the trade that we just did was basically worth the value of this legendary. Now, if you can't remember how you got it, you had to go and open a tombstone basically every day. You could have guaranteed yourself going and getting this parrot, and because of that, it just meant that there is so many of this parrot. So let's find out if anyone's interested in this Dracula parrot. 0.18 value is absolutely terrible for the value of an out of game legendary. Now, people dislike it because of its value. I personally love the design. I love the fact it's easy to go and get. If you have a goal of going and getting a neon legendary or a mega legendary, then honestly, this is the pet for you. We're just gonna have to keep spamming that we are going and trading this thing, because it's so hated that people just don't even want to go and offer for this thing. People don't know what to go and offer. So it's probably gonna take us a while until we find someone who's even interested, let alone someone who actually has a fair offer for it. And when I say fair offer, I mean like $9. $9 would be a fair offer for this pet. Okay, so my friend sent me another trade, but I'm just curious to see what they're going to go and offer. Obviously, they're my friend. It's not going to be an accurate representation of the value, and I think she's probably willing to go and overpay, to be honest. But oh, look at this, fan of Cookie, and it shows me giving them 2 free peacocks. Yo, let's go. I better go and 27 favorites, bro. Who 4 people disliked that I gave them 2 peacocks for free? Like, who does that? Okay, yeah, obviously this is an overpay. This is a cryo sphinx. Let's see what they said in the chat. They said hi again. Let's go and check out this. A cryo sphinx is worth 0.7 in value, which is basically the equivalent of around 5 Dracula parrots for 1 cryo sphinx. So we're gonna say you're very over. Thanks though. Mine is 0.17. Yours is 0.75 value. I try to be honest with people. What do you mean that's okay? I guess some people don't use value websites, you know? Some people just like the concept that, like, they don't like a cryo sphinx, but they like Dracula parrots. I'd feel bad going and doing this trade. Can I do this? You know what, Jessica, if you ever change your mind, just DM me. Or join me in game. I'll trade back. But this is a great deal for me, obviously. I'll probably just end up giving it away for free. As you know, I do actually give away free pets. Point proven was me giving the 2 peacocks to her for free. The next pet is the evil chick. As you can see, we have slowly been going and increasing in value, but this one is still one of the most hated. 0.5 in value is the evil chick. Adopt Me had so much potential for this pet. Honestly, I think people just wanted a reskin of the regular chick with the cross-eyed, the black crossed eyes. Instead, we got this crazy monstrosity thing, which does have particles, a little bit of fun. And let's see if anyone wants to offer for this pet. Okay, I've been in this trade for like 2 minutes, and this person doesn't even want to go and offer for this thing, I don't think, or they don't know what to offer. So this is one of those pets that is difficult to even go and receive trades or find people who even want to go and offer for this pet in the first place. Again, it's a legendary, but it was pretty easy to obtain. It came out of the chick box, but there just wasn't much value to it. And oh, this might actually be a good offer. Oh my goodness, no way. Yo, I think this is a good deal. To be honest, this is probably a good trade. I'm happy with this. They said this. I'm gonna press thanks. Let's do it. Obviously, you can still hatch the ancient dragon. You can still hatch an icy porcupine. The royal Aztec egg, I don't know what trades you get for this anymore. Obviously, it dropped in value, but it's still a pretty decent thing. Devious Rizzler. Bro, why is my pet named that? Oh no, I'm not sure I should have traded that. That pet name is the wildest pet name I think I've had. Wow, okay. Alright, we'll pretend, yeah, sure. For the final pet, I want to see if anyone is interested in the Ghost Dragon. A pet that originally cost you 1,000 Robux. A pet that's meant to be inspired, like the Shadow Dragon and the Bat Dragon. But this pet kind of got forgotten about. People hated the design on its release. Slowly, it has been going and increasing in value over the years. Well, obviously it was valuable at the time, and then it dropped a ton. Its current value is estimated 3 ride potions, which is the equivalent of like 400 Robux for something that originally cost you 1,000. Obviously, this thing has dropped in value. But what do people go and offer? By the way, Jessica, the one who just traded us, they just found the Quetzalcoatl, which is wild, so GG's to them. But let's find out, what do people offer for this? Obviously, we're looking for around 3 ride potions in value, but I think it's going to be difficult. Not many people have this as a desirable pet or something that they even want to go on offer for. So according to value websites, their offer is worth just under 1 ride potion. So unfortunately, we wouldn't do that. I did recently trade for like 100 of these gloomy dolphins. So it's definitely not something I'm interested in. They said, I'm a fan, by the way. Love your content. Keep it up. Let's go. Thanks for being a fan. Unfortunately, I will decline this offer. But I got you a free pet. That's right. I give free pets to my subscribers. Here's some proof. This is a random person who traded me. Let's go and actually give them a gloomy dolphin. Sure, I got a bunch of these things, so let's just search the word dolphin and go and add one of these things. We're just going to say free. I mean, this person offered it. Maybe they want it. Let's check their profile. This person's got a pretty cool profile. Oh, they're trying to make a mega neon gloomy dolphin. That's perfect. They just needed this. They're typing something. Now, if you want to be like a lucky person like this, they said, thank you, you're kind. Also, are you live right now? We're not live, we're filming. But if you want to be like this lucky person, just make sure you're subscribed. We're trying to get to 1.1 million subscribers, and the only way to do that is if you subscribe right now, and it'll help to support the channel. So there we go. We traded, tried to trade the most hated Halloween pets. We managed to go and trade most of them, but what Halloween pet do you go and hate the most? These were based off of value, and I wanted to see what sort of things we'd go and get before Halloween comes out. If you enjoyed this video, I actually have a secret mission for you, okay? Now, this is top secret. Now, the video on the screen right here is about me growing crystals. It's actually from a secret new YouTube channel that I recently made. And if you didn't know that I have the secret channel, then congrats. Welcome to the secret channel club. Go press the button on the screen to go and watch a secret channel video where I try growing crystals. I think you might like this video. If you liked this one, then it's secret. So don't tell anyone, but go and press the button to watch this.